Welcome back everybody to race 6 of the 9th season of Formula Sundays. We are right at the start and the lights are out and away we go. The two McLaren in front get away well, and it seems like Yapsinio in P4 has a decent start going down the inside of the Mercedes here. There's a Red Bull flying off the track further down the grid, but it seems like the front has gotten away nicely. Yapsinio now up into P3 after a stellar qualifying session for them, and followed up by Vroom, Mealy and Kurtzer. Mealy is having a look down the inside of the Mercedes here through the left-hander, and seems to be going through, but Vroom may have gotten the better exit, and the next few turns are right-handers, so yeah, he goes away into the 4th position again. And Mealy and Kurtz have to stay behind there. I think I saw Mealy's front wing end plate coming off though. So Kurtz is gonna go past there rather sooner than later. Tries it round the outside. Aris is down the inside here. And we have 3 wide into a twisty section of the track here. Aris coming out ahead, and also Kurtz on the mediums coming through. Doomato slipping past Mealy as well, who will go into the pits in this very first lap. And that was a quite eventful opening lap. Let's have another look at some of the perspectives from the start. Let's find out what happened with Rito and the Red Bull here, having slight lag issues as always, and glitching past Fabian on the right side here, and completely missing the braking point. Just scooting through the field. Luckily the cars were ghosted as we hop on board with Fabian Gaming for the perspective of the Aston Martin of this start. Rito getting a super quick start here down the right side, and then we just see him not braking in time at all. And that's how the Red Bull ended up there. As we jump a little bit further into the track and see the first spin. It's Fabian here in the dreadful turn 8, I think. Not the last spin we will see there. Let's go on board with Mealy again to find out what has happened with the front wing end plate, and yeah, he just brakes less than the man in front and loses his front wing there. Into lap 2 we go, and we're on board with Yapsinio, who is in that gorgeous P3, but not for long. Into turn 1, takes too much curb, and there we have it. The Aston Martin spun around and dropping all the way down the field. As we head a bit deeper into lap 2, and Vroom there, very slow through that turn, letting Kurtz it through into P3, and is now sitting in P4 after that minor driving mistake. In lap 4 we see the Red Bull of Rito all the way down the field, coming into the pits and retiring there. Has had none of this race so far, and yeah, will be the first driver to be out of it. We jump right into laps 5 and 6 as we have a 3-way battle here between Nuve, Aris and Doomato. Doomato has passed Aris somewhere in the last 2 laps here, and is now the leader of these 3 cars as they go past the finish straight without any overtakes and towards the 2nd DRS straight. But I think that one is too short for anyone to make a move on, and so the order will stay the same for now. Into the left-hander, as all the cars stay nicely lined up here, and on towards that treacherous section of the track. This time around it's Doomato spinning out in turn 7 instead of 8 and hitting the teammate, resulting in damage for both cars. It is not displayed in the graphics right here, but yeah, both the Williams with front wing damage, and we see Aris diving into the pits here. And we will see in the background there Doomato's following immediately. Double stack for Williams, both needing a front wing exchange. And that will of course take a lot of time. Aris is going on the hard compound, trying to finish the race on those with the new front wing. And then we see Doomato Yeah, who is not daring to go on hards on this treacherous track already, and goes on the mediums. We will have another replay of the incident here, and this time we're on Doomato's POV, and we will see it's just too much off the curb on the inside, and then he's just spinning out, trying to maneuver his car out of the way somehow. But yeah, for Aris we will see as well, there's no chance to evade him. If he goes wide, the car slides back into him, and on the inside there's no room neither. Unfortunate day for the Williams. We jump forward to lap 9, where we are back in the leading pack. And those are 3 drivers that have blessed us with great racing throughout the season. And with more to come here, all of them are inside a 1 second window. And of course we have Brandenburg and Kurze with the DRS. Brandenburg trying to interrupt the tow down the main straight, and it keeps Kurze behind for now, as we're coming into turns 1 to 4 before we head into the second DRS straight here. Kurze is so close behind now, and once more we will have DRS on both the trailing cars. Once more slide weaving on the straight to secure the order stays as it is. We jump 1 lap further ahead to the end of lap 11, and the order still remains to be the same, but Kurze is now only a 10th away from Brandenburg. Super close here, and we will see the weaving once more trying to interrupt the tow, but Kurze is so close. He's just going through Brandenburg here. Seagull moves all the way to the right side and leaves Brandenburg and Kurze through. Kurze now still on the mediums, by the way, in the lead, and yes, now running away with it, as we may see the McLarens towards the end of lap 12 now. It's gonna be Seagull first into the pits, probably wasted a lot of tires defending there in the lead, and he's gonna be the first one to make a stop from the top runners. Kurze of course will go a little further on his medium compound, as Seagull is swapping to the mediums to go to the end. In lap 13, Brandenburg comes to get new tires as well, or rather towards the 14th lap here. Going into the pits, gets the mediums to 19 laps to drive on those, and he will return to the track behind Nuve here, and in close proximity to their teammate here, as Kurze drives a little bit further. It is a lap 15 here. Kurze in a big lead, of course, 1 pit stop of a difference. And in the 18th lap, finally, Kurze will come into the pits as well to get his soft compound to finish the race on that. 25 seconds is the distance to the cars behind, who, of course, with the undercut, may have gained a little bit of an advantage, but Kurze will have the better tires towards the end of this race, so this may still be very, very close. Of course, 15 laps on softs is a long time to go, and in the late stages this may get very, very spicy again. For now, we see Kurze exiting the pits here, and he will still be in the lead here, coming in down the inside and just in front of Brandenburg, who cuts down on turn 2 here and is now on the outside again towards the second DRS straight. Kurze in the lead with the soft compound, but both McLarens with the DRS activated. Kurze tries to get a switchback move going, but there's the second McLaren blocking off the path towards the inside, and Kurze slots in P2, where they go through the middle sector. Little overtaking opportunities here, and for now Kurze is just trailing Brandenburg here, and as they go towards the end of the lap, there we have a spin for Brandenburg out of the lead there. Kurze is now left free in front, and that is a very unfortunate situation for Brandenburg here, who rejoins in P3 just ahead of Room, and will have a lot of time to make up if he wants to catch back up to the leaders. For now though, he may have to worry about the Mercedes behind, and Room is pushing on the main straight, of course, has the DRS and the softer compound. Pushes past down the outside into turn 1, but it is actually not even side by side anymore. The speed advantage just too high. And Brandenburg dropping from P1 to P4 in just half of a lap. Into lap 25 we go, and Kurz is still in the lead, just ahead of Seagull, and as they are lapping Fabian, there is a spin coming through, and that was once more turn 8. We head towards the final few laps of the race. It is lap 31 or now 32. On the main straight we have Kurze and Seagull battling it out. Seagull with the DRS goes down the inside of turn 1. The soft tires by Kurze here, very worn out at this point, I think 14 laps old. Mediums are slowly getting better, or at least same pace again. And Seagull goes ahead here, weaving down the straight once more to break the toe, and it is working well as Seagull stays ahead for now. We will cut towards the end of this lap, and of course the last lap overall, where Kurz of course is still just behind Seagull, coming out of the last turn here on the main straight. Final lap has started now. Kurz just goes straight through with the DRS into the lead again, down turn 1 and stays ahead. No side-by-side action through these early turns. Through the middle sector, of course, it's very difficult to overtake. So the best chance is probably on this upcoming straight here for Seagull, but Seagull can't get close enough to make a lunge down the inside and stays behind Kurze for now. We cut towards the final turns. Kurze is still in the lead, but Seagull, of course, very close behind. Will have one more chance to get at least a little bit of slipstream and DRS, but yeah, we'll see that Kurze is just too far ahead, makes it over the line first. No penalties for the top 2 drivers, and in fact for many drivers here. Brandenburg will still come home in P3, and followed up by Nuve, making a very good run for P4 here. No penalties neither, outscoring their teammate Mealy, who has had several race wins in this season already, this time around. And that marks the end for this race, as we have quite a couple of drivers still coming over the line, but the top positions are saved here. Kurze once more taking a victory ahead of the 2 McLarens, who were so strong throughout the entire season, followed by Nuve in P4, big result for them. And that's been it with the 6th race of the season. Portimao, see you next week.